Yo, what up? Day 155, no, 155, day 195, baby. Almost at day 200. Can you believe that? That is wild. It's been a long time. Oh, I gotta fix one thing real quick. We going live is a lot more than just pressing go live. I'll tell you that. It's the hardest part, but it is not the only part. All right, there we go. Got the chat up. All right, I'll be right back. We're gonna watch a YouTube video and game for like an hour maybe. Oh, we back. All right, let's get into the YouTube video.
Stars, I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of Obsession, the new horror film by director Curry Barker. Yes, one of two YouTubers currently revolutionizing Hollywood. Barker made this wonderfully haunting film about toxic love that's layered and deeper meaning and incredible attention to detail in the visuals. So in this video, I'm gonna go through this film scene by scene for all the little details that you might have missed. Now, if you are new to this new Rockstars channel, we might be better known for covering big nerdy franchises like Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, but we also try to analyze films like this that you might be even more passionate about. So I highly recommend you check out our breakdowns of Backrooms, Project Hail Mary, One Battle After Another, Weapons, and Sinners. Obsession begins with this monologue by Bear, short for Baron Bailey, played by Michael Johnston. He's in a diner rehearsing his love confession that he wants to share with his friend and coworker Nikki, testing it on this very polite waitress. There has been much discourse about how Obsession is a story about toxic male loneliness, or even perhaps part of an incel horror trend akin to The Menu and Don't Worry Darling. But director Cory Barker said that he started with an idea of what happens when two people are obsessed with each other and what horrifying destructive and self-destructive lengths they would go to in order to feed that hunger. Bear's affection for Nikki, though, is one-sided, an obsession seen from afar, and not an organic affection born out of mutual chemistry. So you'll notice this film opens with sappy romantic dialogue, romantic music, warm vibes and lighting, and even this pleasant setting to make us think we're watching some kind of mumblecore romance, starting us off with a false sense of sap and security, when in reality, the behavior we are witnessing is actually
up,
pretty
Tiny?
troublesome. Like, what he literally says is, I feel like I'm coming apart. I think about you all the time, Nikki. I try not to. You're in every song I listen to. I mean, yikes. Cory Barker told Collider's Perry Nemiroff that this whole diner scene was actually a reshot opening. The film's original opening shot was going to mirror the closing shot.
The opening shot of this movie was on Bear, and then we tilt the camera down and we see the dead cat, and then we keep tilting and we see that he's watching a romance movie on the TV. So that was the opening shot, which obviously mirrors the very, very last shot of the movie. So it took me a long time to give that up. I was like, no, like this is the, you know, it's a bookend, you know, it's first shot of the movie, last shot of the movie. But ultimately, we've discovered that having him kind of giving that monologue at the beginning at the diner and kind of getting a little about his character. It was
It's
better.
good.
Bear
Long
says,
day.
I would choose you over everything. And when the waitress kind of melts at that, Ian
Have you
cuts
seen
it
this
off
movie
and calls
yet?
it cringe. It's the one kind of romantic thing that Bear said, and Ian wants to make him feel bad about it so that he doesn't actually use it on Nikki, whom Ian is secretly sleeping with. Ian is also the one to bring up the idea of being playfully mean, to flirt with Nikki, to call her Freaky Nikki, the teasing nickname that Nikki hates, because Ian actually knows it would sabotage Bear to ever say that. That's why he also pushes so hard for Bear to wait until the right time to tell his feelings to Nikki, knowing that the right time will probably never come. Bear comes home to find his poor cat Sandy has died from ingesting a bottle of Oxy that he wrote "do not eat" on the bottom of, a bottle that was prescribed
You
to
haven't
his
seen it?
deceased grandmother
Shit.
Barbara, and a bottle that will come back at the end of the movie. In his bedroom, photo booth photos of this trivia
It's pretty good. Maybe we'll watch something different then. This is Easter eggs. Yeah, that movie's hella good though. I'll come back and watch. It's okay. No, yeah, we'll watch it later. Nope. What to watch? You're fine with it? I don't know what else to watch. I can't believe she's a YouTuber. Well, she's not a YouTuber. She's in movies, but she like full time does YouTube. Yeah, you know what? There's no spoilers in it. Let's watch it.
trivia team, the Bass Clef Bandits, since they all work at the music store, shows a blurry one with Bear looking like he's dragging Nikki in with him, and then another one of Bear smiling while Nikki just kind of frowns and flips a finger, and then another one with Bear frowning as Nikki is dragged in Ian and she's smiling again. Bear totally fails to see that Nikki does not see him the way he sees her, and she really just wants to have fun with her friends and with Ian. Bear ogles Nikki's Instagram where she self-deprecates that her selfie looks like it was shot on a flip phone, and of course he liked the post, but it's also liked by Couper Tomlinson, the actor who plays Ian. Nikki's full name is Nikki Freeman, an ironic nod to the fact that she spends most of this movie not at all free, but rather trapped in a kind of purgatory state. To replace the crystal necklace that Nikki dropped down the drain, Bear goes to an occult shop where he finds the One Wish Willow. Curry Barker said that he was inspired by The Simpsons Season 3 Treehouse of...
I know you haven't watched it, but I know you will soon. But the shop they went to is like an hour away from me. I want to go do a video of visiting that store.
Horror episode. Remember with the monkey's paw, based on the W.W. Jacobs short story about a severed monkey's paw that grants wishes with unintended consequences. Barker said that the One Wish Willow was inspired by a prank pen that he used to play with as a kid, and production designer Vivian Gray and prop master Luke Cull tracked down one of those pens and incorporated a piece of its snapping mechanism into the willow twig. For the twig, Cull used dried cactus skeletons. But the wood of a willow tree is said to be associated with enchantment or just the occult, but really its meaning changes culture to culture. But the snapping of a twig is also a gesture associated with witchcraft, as we saw in the 2025 film Weapons. Now, the trivia night is hosted at Barker's Pub, a nod to writer-director Curry Barker, and the voice of the trivia host is Curry's father, Jeff Barker, a successful playwright who helped him write this movie. At the bar, as Nikki teases Bear about his pina colada order and she pays for all the drinks, it's much easier for us to see this on rewatch that it's really not at all flirting by Nikki. It's the kind of teasing a sister would do to a brother. But also notice that she calls everyone, including the bartender, babe. So you can really see how Bear might have just completely misread that in the past, as as an affectionate term that was just exclusively for him. Ian interrupts Bear as he tries to tell Nikki his feelings. Yeah, Ian is really the world's worst wingman because, yeah, he has something to lose here. When Bear says that they should drink to Sandy, only Sarah senses Bear's sadness and comforts him about his dead cat. In fact, I wonder if it might have actually been Sarah who was the only one of these friends to comfort Bear about his dead grandmother, not Nikki, but Bear's fixation and obsession on Nikki caused him to reassign that memory to Nikki. Even in the parking lot outside, you can see everyone's
You never heard of what? The show? This movie?
true affections when you rewatch it. Nikki does flirtily tease Ian here, but then she stares a little too long at Bear when he just laughs too hard at her flirt, and it puts Bear in this headspace of, wait, how does she feel about me? That kind of uncertainty is something that Curry Barker tried to place this whole movie in, because that kind of uncertainty of how other people see you is what puts you in that state of anxiety. Meanwhile, Bear doesn't even notice when Sarah's freaking begging him to come along with them, and when Sarah hugs him goodnight, notice her hand lingers on his arm and she gives him a little pick-me smile. But the cinematography
Wait, Tiny, you ever heard of Obsession? The movie, is that what you're talking about?
is so obsessed with Nikki that it's hard for us to even notice at first. Ian says, get your girl home safe, and Nikki says, ew, don't say it like that. Like Ian would be talking about her brother. And in fact, later in the car, she'll say ew again later. But Bear doesn't pick up on any of those signals. Nikki tells Bear that she's quitting the job because she needs a life change to bring love into her writing, and Bear assumes her story that she's writing is a romance, and she responds, it's not a romance, it's a love story. Bear assumes that those are the same thing, but this false assumption is really the theme of the whole film. What we consider love is not always a positive romantic force. Love also has a dark, toxic flip side that's really obsession that is ultimately destructive. Bear just keeps fumbling, and he tries to say goodnight to Nikki by saying, night, freaky Nikki. Yeah, trying Ian's move, and it immediately backfires as Nikki is truly offended. He can't bring himself to tell her his real feelings, even when she gives an opportunity to do so. And with his plans completely foiled, he pulls out the One-Wish Willow, which emits a little chime, and he says, I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the fucking world, and snaps the willow branch. Now, the exact wording really mattered here. More than anyone in the fucking world applied a level of intensity to this love that makes it way more than what it might have been, just sweet affection that never ever ended. Now, when Bear looks over at Nikki, even though we had heard the door close, we didn't hear it open again, and she's just suddenly on the porch, silhouetted dark in the light. She's basically a menacing spectral presence that he jumps at, kind of like the way shadowy demons often appear in horror films. Though Curry Barker and actress Indy Navarrete went to great lengths to make Nikki not come off as demonically possessed, as this is not a possession story, but rather she comes off as more of a whiny, possessive, jealous girlfriend. And right away, Nikki seems off. There is no glimpse of any of her former self here. She seems over obsessed with Bear's cat, and she thinks it was her cat for a second, and then she just starts glitching, saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Navarrete is just so nuanced and controlled here. It is terrifying. Now, I'm going to refer to this new presence as wish-corrupted Nikki. It's not a demon. It's a new presence created by the wish that has taken over Nikki's full body and mind, singularly focused on an obsession on Bear, forcing real Nikki into the back seat in a kind of purgatory state where she can see, feel, and experience everything that's happening to her, but do nothing to stop it. But real Nikki briefly surfaces again here, saying, what the fuck? But then wish-corrupted Nikki regains control and then starts pouting teasingly as she lies about her dad dying to manipulate Bear into spending the night with her. Witch-corrupted Nikki gets Bear to sleep in bed with her, and as she makes out with him, real Nikki resurfaces again. But witch-controlled Nikki regains control and apologizes and calls a reaction a panic attack, and then just starts sobbing. As she sleeps, Bear researches the One-Wish Willow, where the search results say it's a vintage toy from the 80s whose effects are debated as the Mandela effect. On a Reddit alternative called Threadit, the comments all alternate yes and no on whether it actually works. Actually, there's a comment by Berenstain Bear Facts, referring to that Mandela effect conspiracy theory, claiming that this poster's mom was ugly her entire life, but is gorgeous now and doesn't even look old. After he goes back into the bedroom, wish-corrupted Nikki is once again silhouetted in shadow by backlight staring right at him. The next morning, he finds that she's made breakfast.
Bro, I thought the One-Wish Willow was like a real thing. They made it up for the movie.
For him, and as he walks into the kitchen and looks at the floor, there is a very quick creepy shot where Nikki quickly darts across the doorway behind him, but then the camera tilts down to see Nikki had taken Sandy the cat's corpse out as a kind of memorial. Yes, because obsession is not real love. Obsession has no empathy. Obsession is what drives the characters in Stephen King's Pet Sematary to grotesquely unearth dead things that should have stayed buried, just
Pet
like
Sematary?
This. As Bear tells Ian at work what happened, literally the moment witch-corrupted Nikki gets to the register, out of focus in the background, she slowly turns to stare at the back of Bear's head bed, and every time we cut back to Bear for the next 3 minutes, we still see the blurry shape of her face just staring frozen. She doesn't move the entire time. Later, when looking at the side effects of MDMA, we see that Bear's recent searches include yesterday, classic romance movies, how to play Green Day's Basket Case on Marimba, last 7 days, how to woo a girl, how to impress a girl, how to flirt, how to know you've been friend zoned. Back in July, oxycodone, and in June, nursing homes, old people homes. Yeah, it's a reverse history of Bear finding a home for his grandmother and then researching the effects of oxy, and then at that point becoming infatuated with Nikki at work. Yeah, his infatuation seems like a very recent thing, kind of a resurfaced 7 years too late promposal, as Ian described it. Now, in this profile shot, Witchcraft Nikki is hidden in the background as we see her shadows shift into motion and the curtains to the front door. She's now wearing a flirty red dress, and in the close-up on the front doorstep, there's an odd light reflected in her eyes. At this point, she manipulates Bear's anxieties over possibly taking advantage of a woman who is under the influence of drugs. But all it really takes is Witchcraft Nikki saying she might like him, saying, would it freak you out if I did? Yeah, suddenly embracing the freaky Nikki nomenclature, and then bam, they're off to the races. Curry Barker hilariously shoots this as kind of a rom-com date montage set to sweet music, but it's all very creepy knowing what Nikki's already done. They giggle over a meme that says, I want to wear your skin as a sweater.
It's on my wish list, Amazon wish list. I just found it.
Witchcraft Nikki starts wearing a headband, just like that easily impressed waitress in the opening scene. There's a few shots of them watching a movie together, and Witchcraft Nikki keeps staring at him, and Bear, as if he's had to do this a bunch of times, moves her chin back to face the TV. Like he's still found comfort in just living with this scary presence, even though he knows it's not natural. Your financial info is yours, but it's easy to feel like you don't have any control over it when you have to plug your credit card info into half a control who charges you and when, and get peace of mind every time.
After this, we're gonna play Fortnite and Rivals, baby.
You pay online. Click the link in the description and make privacy part of your daily routine. At dinner, when Bear asks about her dad, Witchcraft Nikki picks up a knife. It's just a butter knife, but still a knife, and changes the subject. Bear jokes that he wants to become a food critic called 3 Bite Bailey, and of course, she's gonna remember this tidbit. Ian calls Bear to say Nikki lied about her dad's cancer, and Bear takes this call under this tree design in the wall that visually reminds us this is all the result of the willow branch that he broke. It's so creepy to see Witchcraft Nikki in the background just stepping out to watch Bear, and then step behind the wall, freaking us out, thinking that she's gonna suddenly pop around the corner. But he goes back to the table and confronts Nikki about her dad.
No,
Nice.
don't do that! I thought we were having a nice day.
Yes, that manic repeated no reminds me of Georgina's moment in Jordan Peele's Get Out when Chris confronts her.
No.
Oh shit, that is
After
it.
sex, we get the creepiest scene of the movie. Bear looks for Nikki in his dark bedroom, and at first we don't see her.
This
but
movie's
kinda
so
like the
creepy. I
iconic
love
shot
this
in
movie.
Ari Aster's Hereditary that allowed the viewer's eye to gradually adjust to the darkness. We now see wish-corrupted Nikki in plain sight, slinking out of the shadow in the corner at an unnatural speed and fluidity. And then after way too calmly talking to him, she retreats with the same odd fluidity back into the darkness of that corner. And it looks like Curry Barker actually used some reverse photography for many of the movements here. She says, I don't like my dreams. And then her voice distorts and says, I feel like you don't love me as much as I do. Like it's not mutual. And her full face distorts as well so that she doesn't even look like herself, but it's kind of like a trick on our eyes because it's so dark we can't even make out her facial features, and her lips certainly do not match her words here. Now, of course, she doesn't like her dreams because in her dreams she has to share her subconscious with the real Nikki. The next morning, Bear notices wish-corrupted Nikki had cut some of his hair and confronts her about it, but notice that she's reading a book upside down here. She clearly was just staring at it blankly, trying to look cute when Bear walked in. Nikki blames her behavior on just a bad dream and smiles extra tight. Curry Barker said that he watched the movie Pearl with the cast, and this smile looks a lot like Mia Goth's iconic forced smile at the end of that film. Somehow this whole scene Bear missed the fact that wish-corrupted Nikki duct taped the door shut. I love the gag of him just gradually prying the door open. In the lunch that she packed for Bear, she put 2 Polaroids, the second of which is a selfie of her smiling while he was sleeping, labeled "Not me." Maybe that was a subconscious cry for help from the real Nikki. Bear calls out Sarah for what Ian had said, saying that she and Nikki were talking shit about Bear being friend-zoned, a brother figure to Nikki, and Sarah says, look, if Ian is spreading my shit, then you should know, before her dad cuts her off with an art school rejection letter. Yeah, she was about to tell Bear that Ian had been hooking up with Nikki. Unfortunately, Sarah doesn't get to tell him that until the final scene of her life. Had Bear found that out sooner, he may not have gone through the next couple things he goes through. Now here, Sarah says, your lunch smells weird. And this is after he took a big bite of that sandwich where like a piece of the meat definitely dangled from his mouth. Ugh. And she reads the back of the note that says, what's the verdict? Cat. As Bear realizes that Nikki had made him a literal sandy witch. Ian accuses Bear of taking advantage of Nikki during her mental episode that he thinks she's going through, while interestingly, Sarah tells Bear that she thinks Nikki's taking advantage of him, depending on his puppy love instead of going to therapy. Just kind of an interesting dichotomy between the relationships there. Bear calls the Tabby Cat customer support line.
I just want to know if I can, like, alter it a little.
I'm sorry, we don't really do that.
This is the voice of director Curry Barker himself. This whole idea of the company refusing to alter wishes or even cancel wishes kind of comes from Barker just refusing to develop any lore or backstory for the One Witch Willow for this movie. He considers that not his job as a director and wants to leave it open for interpretation, and I kind of love that. But the operator does say that only death can break the spell over Nikki, and that Bear has a moral obligation to be there for her. Then the operator allows Bear to hear the real Nikki, who just screams in agony. Yes, I love the horrifying implication that this company somehow has access to whatever mental suffering may result from its customers' wishes. At Ian's party, Witchcraft Nikki laughs way too hard at a simple joke. Yeah, another red flag that you brought the wrong person to a party. Drawing a Jenga brick that apparently required her to embarrass herself or say some secret, Witchcraft Nikki recites this passage from her story. And forgive me, but I'm now going to say the whole thing. The air was charged by the distant call of the night bird. His face was obscured, but I knew he was looking at my chest, each side stretching recently matured to different sizes. Also, come lay with me like the old woman taught us when we were children, I said. He closed the door and leaned against it. You're not my wife, Gretel, he said. I'm more than your wife, I'm your sister. Hansel flinched and reached for the door handle. I knew he would not leave this place. He would relent and choose to be inside me like he had many nights before. If not, I would fillet his meaty forearm, roll it like a stick of licorice, and insert the flesh between my legs. Hansel is my soul. Love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure. Brother, you will be inside me tonight. Hey, this movie stole my wedding vows.
Stupid.
So, okay, this disgusting, incestuous Hansel and Gretel monologue was written by Curry's playwright father, Jeff Barker, and it really does speak to the way real Nikki said that she saw Bear as a brother, mixed with the way Witchcraft Nikki desires him sexually. Witchcraft Nikki is really trying to do some of the creative writing that real Nikki was struggling with due to writer's block, and it all comes out in this grotesque way that she thinks will turn Bear on. Bear draws a block to kiss the person on his left, meaning Sarah, and Witchcraft Nikki hits us with this iconic pouty frown and drags Sarah out of the way and then puckers for a smooch. Real Nikki surfaces here and smashes a bottle to stab herself in the face twice before Witchcraft Nikki regains control. I love Bear's reaction in this moment. He's horrified at first, but then he just kind of resigns and shuts down as he fully knows what he is committed to. Curry Barker revealed something interesting about this house. They shot this movie in fall of 2024 in the Burbank area, and then in January of 2025, the house where they shot this scene burned down in the LA fires, making this movie kind of part of the cursed history when it comes to iconic horror films and real-life fires that consume the sets. During the filming of The Exorcist, a bird flew into a circuit box and burned down the McNeil family home set, but Reagan's bedroom was untouched by the flames. Ooh,
that's
back
crazy.
Home, Bear asks Witchcraft Nikki, does Nikki like me? Is Nikki happy? Yeah, he's trying to break through, and he knows for sure it's not really her when she embraces the nickname,
I'm your freaky Nikki.
Now there is a moment when Bear is almost swayed by Witchcraft Nikki saying, I love you in every reality, but then she freaks him out again by reversing back into the shadows of the doorway. Yes, more reverse photography used there, and threatens to harm herself if he leaves. So he stays that night, but then after slipping out of bed to meet Sarah, the real Nikki calls to him while Witchcraft Nikki sleeps, begging Bear to kill her. But Bear responds, what would be so bad about being with me? Yeah, at this point we know Bear deserves everything bad that's coming his way. But there is a sweet moment of false victory with Bear and Sarah that just gets ruined when Witchcraft Nikki smashes through the glass and smashes Sarah's face against a brick. God, this is awful. It's hard to tell from the shock of this moment, but on each of the hits, if you listen closely, the brick presses against the steering wheel in a slight way that emits a little honk from the car. Oh God. Witchcraft and Nikki tells a shocked Bear, Sarah, is all your fault. You wanted this. You wished for this.
That
So
is
at this
your
point,
fault.
we know
That was his
Witchcraft
fault,
and Nikki is
guys.
aware of her very existence coming solely from Bear's wish, and she knows how these one-wish willows really work. They dispose the body at the music shop. Since Bear cannot break another willow twig, he brings a new one to Ian, but asshole Ian wishes for $1 billion and money just rains from above. For a second, I thought we were gonna see Ian get crushed, because even in $100 bill denominations, $1 billion weighs 10 metric tons and takes up the space of 10 industrial pallets. Yeah, it would easily fill Ian's living room. I guess there was an interview where Curry Barker said that even after Ian died, that money did not vanish, it still stayed in the house. So I guess the death rule only really breaks the spell in cases of romantic obsession. Bear comes home to find another shrine to him made by Witchcraft and Nikki that includes, it looks like some pump lotion, maybe the kind Bear would have used to, you know? Nikki has further desecrated Sarah's corpse, and we see that Nikki is now wearing Sarah's dress and that she has drawn Sarah's tattoos on her body. And since her hair has changed, she might be wearing Sarah's scalp here. Yeah, she's trying to make herself Sarah because Witchcraft and Nikki is insane and she thinks that's what Bear wants. Ian barges in and Witchcraft and Nikki shoots him. This would be from the loaded gun that Sarah's dad kept in the music store safe that they talked about earlier in the movie. Witchcraft and Nikki got it when she stayed behind to deal with Sarah's body. Witchcraft and Nikki vomits on Bear, and finally he just screams,
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
He calms her down and he ends up locking himself in the bathroom. Through the door, a completely deranged Witchcraft and Nikki says calmly, I think we should break up. Yeah, one last emotional manipulation. Bear cannot bring himself to pull the trigger, but he remembers his grandmother's oxy in the medicine cabinet that had killed the cat. So he ingests the pills, and before he instinctively moves to purge, we hear a chime of a one-wish willow in the other room and a snap, and we now have a witchcrafted bear, willed into existence by Witchcraft and Nikki to love her back. But the oxy kicks in as the camera moves down past the snap twig. Witchcrafted Nikki sobs and grabs the gun, and just before she Juliets herself, Bear's death brings real Nikki back to the surface. Poor real Nikki completely loses it to realize her 3 best friends are all dead in the house with her. Or rather, her 2 best friends and the one guy who ruined her life. Curry Barker planned for an alternate ending where Nikki would have died as well, but they went with this option of Nikki screaming in shock. It's arguably even darker because she was the one to steal the gun from that music store that probably had security cameras, so any police investigating this are gonna pin all 3 deaths on her. Yes, a woman who committed the only crime of flashing a fleeting smile at a friend. Bravo to fellow YouTuber Curry Barker for shooting this movie for less than $1 million, getting it picked up by Focus Features and Blumhouse for $15 million, and then being the first movie since E.T. Yes, Steven Spielberg's E.T. in 1982 to open wide and increase its box office weekend over weekend, when normally it's the opposite. Big opening and dropping off weekend over weekend. It's so successful that it convinced Universal to drop a planned June 2nd streaming date and extend its theatrical window. It's tracking to make nearly $300 million worldwide, if not more
That's
than that.
crazy.
It's beating The Mandalorian and Grogu. That is insane success, and it speaks to the power of a simple story executed perfectly with great writing and performances that are really connecting with viewers. Comment down below with your thoughts on this movie, and a special thanks to one of our NR Underground subscribers, Paolo
Dude, that's
Bianca, for
crazy.
supporting us at the executive producer level. You can get all of our exclusive bonus content by clicking on the link in the description below. We're going to nrunderground.supercast.com. Big thanks to Studio Tech Brian Kim, New Rockstars editors Joshua Stephen Hurd and Abby Friel, and all of our supporting editors for their work on this video. Follow me at EA Voss. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
That's so dope, dude. They're just TikTokers and YouTubers, and they made a movie, and now it's making $300 million. It's beating Star Wars right now. Isn't that so dope? Who's the director of Obsession? Curry Barker. I'm trying to see like his old skits. Let's see. And then we're going to Fortnite.
Great. This should be our first activity.
Water's perfect.
This guy, these 2 people are the director of or the other guy. He's the director of Obsession, and it's like the #1 horror movie right now, and this is them.
What? Great. This should be our first activity.
Water's perfect.
What? What's this? What the heck? What the crap? No clothes allowed? Looks like we're gonna have to take all of our clothes off to even get in.
I'm sure we could keep our shorts
I know,
on.
I was thinking, man, I wish I could keep my clothes on, but I can't. Because the Airbnb's under my name, so if we break any of the rules, it's gonna come back on me. I can't have that.
I don't think Airbnb would do that.
I just can't have that, man.
Hey,
We're gonna have to.
Let's just you know, maybe put our bags down, check out the rooms first.
Yeah.
Keep your pants on.
Yeah. But we're probably gonna have to come on back over here, you guys. Great. This should be our first.
Thanks for dining with us.
Thanks, man.
Why'd you do that?
I can't afford to pay for the meal.
That's what you ordered.
But I can't pay.
You can't put a negative tip.
I just did.
But you can't put a negative tip.
I just did.
You can't.
Nobody stopped me.
I'm telling you can.
Why'd you let him do that?
I didn't.
He did. He said tip whatever you want.
No, I did not.
It's coming out of your paycheck.
What?
I'm sorry. It just is. It does. It comes out.
You can't do that.
I just did.
Just did.
You said I could tip whatever I want. That's the tip.
That's not a tip.
That's the tip I chose.
That's not a tip.
Here's a tip. Where's the no negative number sign?
What?
The sign that says no negative nilly numbers on this receipt. Where's that?
It doesn't. They don't have that on there.
Why not?
Because they don't.
Because there's no rule that says no negative nilly numbers, Nicholas.
My name's
Nicholas better not have no nilly negative bank account because Nicholas got paid for the tip.
I'm not paying for this.
No, you gotta pay for it.
What?
You gotta pay.
Thanks for dining with us.
Dude, these guys are so funny. That was like, yeah, they're hilarious. Nice LOL. Question: can I join you on Rivals? Is that okay? Okay, well, fuck the shows I was just showing you. Yeah, we could play, but I'm gonna play like one game though. I think I have to be up early. But I'm gonna go grab a drink and we're gonna go on Fortnite. In the meantime, guys, if you guys are watching, please hit that like button and subscribe. If you have not subscribed yet, I do appreciate you. Be back in a 1 minute. Here, watch
My name's Curry Barker, and my roommate is a ghost. A few months ago, I bought this place, didn't really know much about it. All of a sudden, started hearing weird noises randomly in the night. You know, little things happening here and there. You're a piece of shit. Change the channel. You're a whore. Little things like that.
You're a piece of shit.
Stop it. You're gay if you don't stop it.
I know how to get to him. Pretty sure he's either a homophobic ghost or he's just a closeted gay ghost. Either way, he's not comfortable with his sexuality. So if I just challenge that, he gets upset. It's kind of like a trick. No. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. One of my favorite glasses. Okay.
Yeah, I want to watch Obsession
Hey,
again.
I'm Terry.
That
I'm a
movie's
ghost.
so good.
Yeah, so I died in a suit, and it's kind of uncomfortable all the time. I think when I died, my tie was really tight.
Would you like to watch an episode of Monsters? Okay, can we please finish Milk and Cereal? We're halfway through. No, what do you want to watch? No. We're not watching Desperate Housewives. We have to agree on what to watch. Otherwise, she'll just make the TV do that static thing. Like that creepy static. I fucking hate it.
Oh, I'm a ghost. I gotta like Beetlejuice, huh? No, I don't. It's kind of ghostist if you think. Desperate Housewives is a good fucking show. I don't give a shit what they say.
Pretty sure he died in the early 2000s because his vocabulary sounds like the comment section of an early Smosh video.
But you can't say anymore?
Scare me! Scare if you're gonna scare.
You know what? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I'm done with this shit.
He's always trying to scare me.
It gets hard to scare people. I just don't want to do the same thing.
At first, the scaring was like scary, but now it's just like you gotta do better.
Get him! Come on! Get him, Curry! Come on, you got it! Yeah.
Just scare
It doesn't work like that!
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Help!
Scare him off.
Help! I don't think anybody can hear me. I'm a ghost.
Y'all help.
Yeah, he's not really helpful. The other day, somebody broke in. He didn't really help. He just kind of watched it happen.
He
you
died.
guys weren't really helpful either. He just kind of stood there and recorded. So, my name's Kurt. Hey, man, you ready to go to the beach?
Oh, you're coming?
Whoa, man, what do you mean?
Oh, Lord. All right, let's get Fortnite up. Meow, 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 meow. Mm. Mm. 1 second, guys. Changing the category. All right, we're gonna get a win first game. I'm calling it, and a rare Sprite. No.
Sit still, relax, just chill. If you wanna see another season, watch it tell and don't give me a reason. If it goes fast, call it bad luck. Dressed in all black, about to act up. You see this drip, I'm of a different.
All right, let's get a dub. Alright guys, probably gonna get 20 kills, 3 rare sprites. Everybody in chat, guess how many kills I get this game. I swear I better get a Sprite. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a gummy. Shit. We got a gummy, chat. 7 kills. King spray. I already have this one. We need a shotgun. I'll take this. I always see sprites around these things, you know what I mean? Uh-oh. I know somebody tried to land on me. Where'd they go? Whatever. Alright, let's go fishing. There's gotta be fishing spots, right? Where's everybody at? Are you kidding me? We got a gold one, chat. And a perfect third party situation. Let's go. Oh shit. That's my bad. Okay, I hate that shotgun. Here, let's keep that one. We got 2 rare sprites. Let's get one more. Oh, where they at? You think I can find them? Where are they at, dude? Oh, right here. Damn it, bro. We need one more rare Sprite. Type W in chat if you believe. Oh, look at that. Not a rare Sprite, but I'll take it. Where they at? Oh shit. Bro, I'm so good at this game. Have one if you believe. Nope. Oh shit! Who the hell's shooting at me? We're going up here. I don't care. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Bitch. Damn it. Bro, I can't get my shotgun out. W's. Everybody W's in the shot. Need some shield. Where we at? 5 kills. Ew. Damn it, what did we get rid of? Alright, they always fuck me. Top 10 chat, lock in. I feel like somebody's trying to set me up. Jesus. Oh, a gummy. Thank you. That's 3 go. Yeah, we got 3. W's in the chat. Top 6. Somebody's right here. Fucking around. Ooh, don't bump. Give me that. Oh shit. No! God damn it. You know he was one shot, bro. It is what it is. Let's get some likes in the live, guys. We're at 2 likes. Let's get to 3 likes. Let's get to 3 likes for the 3 sprites. That shit pissed me off. Did I get a new good one? I did, bro. This is actually a good one. Nice. I got a galaxy. Let's go. Collection is not looking too bad. Alright. Time for some Marvel Rivals. Holy shit, I got blurry. That's how hot I am right now. Let's run on the camera. Oh, we got 3 likes, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. What happened to my freaking camera? That's better. If you guys play Fortnite, don't forget to use code DCoupe in the item shop. Okay, let's run some Marvel Rivals. While that's loading, I am going to go to the bathroom. Be right back. All right, let's run it. I have to open it again. 1 second. Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong too. A million troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. Am I still live? Okay. Hello, am I still live? I'm tripping. I don't think I'm live anymore. Everything's had shut down. Oh, I'm still alive. Okay. All right, let's run it. Let's go. Shit.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Only my neighborhood is now like multiple realities. Cool, right?
Nice. No tank, huh? There we go.
Some bonds just can't be broken, no matter how hard you try.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong. I know you, Lily. Something's bothering you.
Yeah.
What's up?
I just never expected this whole time stream mess to spill over into Quinlan.
Well, you know we've got your back, whether it's at home or out on tour.
Thanks, Soul. You always help me keep cool under pressure.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! You have to stop them from securing the mission area. Be your best self.
A living alien planet that wants to devour me whole? Good times.
Here comes Headpool!
Behind us! That put some pep in my step. Gonna get sticky!
You've got frostbite!
Be strong together.
Heads up!
I like the cold.
Beware!
Shit.
Boom! No skill shot!
Turn around, quick.
Round and pound! That put some pep in my step.
Uh-oh. Getting cooked. Damn it.
I'm not a vengeful person, but today I'll make an exception.
How? You're frozen.
They're not just gonna let us stay?
Life energy, go!
That's the problem. But also I feel more comfortable.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Better than Aunt May's chicken
Let's
soup.
go, let's go, let's lock in.
Maximum impact!
Better stop that vehicle.
The symbiote Spider-Man returns!
Look out!
Precision. Gonna get sticky! Nice.
Damn, dude.
Director's injured! Mayday! Electroplasma to the wing.
Perfect angle!
You're welcome.
I gotta do better this time.
Better stop that vehicle!
The black cat is
They've
on
made it halfway! Stop them! I like the cold.
No skill shot!
Now I gotcha! Nice! Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Yeah, face it! I'm hurt! Help me out!
I'm not a vengeful person, but today I'll make an exception.
Better stop that vehicle! Life energy, yo!
Now I got you!
Chance to stop them! It's the plan!
Oh yeah, shit on.
I need to learn how to get that fucking last punch in, bro.
They hit a checkpoint. Now
but
might
today
be a
I'll
good
make
time
an
to stop them. Better stop that vehicle! Be strong together.
That put some pep in my step.
I'm hurt.
Better than Aunt May's chicken soup.
Mon Dieu, that hurt!
Director's injured! Mayday! There they are. Let the sparks now or never! Stop them!
Take cover, we got a sniper!
Yeah!
part.
Hey, Chad! Someone clip this!
Dude, I need to practice so much with this character.
Shield at last. Now I've got something to prove.
How rude.
That put some pep in my step.
What do I do for an encore?
Now I gotcha. The symbiote Spider-Man returns. Gonna get sticky.
There, a sniper. See them? Right there.
Crack the whip. Partners like the old days. Gonna get sticky. Nice.
Turn around, quick. Be strong together.
Oh, I hate this part.
We stopped them in their tracks.
Perfect precision.
Partners like the old days. Spider-Fist is ready to pop.
Damn it! I'm out ult ready.
I gotta do better this time. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Double KO.
Nice.
Director's injured. Mayday.
Spider-Fist is ready to punch.
A nice deep
Partners
freeze.
like the old days.
We stopped them in their tracks.
There's Deadpool.
Round and pound. Partners like the old days.
Shit, I gotta get out. Damn it.
I gotta do better this time. That put some pep in my step.
My card slipped.
Gonna get sticky.
Damage sustained. Need assistance. Look out behind you.
Hey, Chad!
Spider-Fist is ready
Someone
to
clip
punch.
this!
Partners like the old days.
Got the good one.
Gonna get
Perfect
Son of
precision.
a bitch.
Yes, that hurts.
Can't keep up. How about an assist?
Sniper in play.
back in the swing of things.
Better stop that vehicle.
The dragon unleashed!
The symbiote Spider-Man
Nice deep
returns.
freeze.
Nice. Spider-Fist is ready to move. Now I gotcha. Spider-Fist is ready to punch.
Look out behind you.
Oh, I hate this part.
Damn it. Pushing them back.
Damage sustained. Help me out. Need assistance.
I'm not a vengeful person, but today I'll make an exception. Yikes, a sniper!
Oh shit.
Don't give them another inch. Or else. Down to 30 seconds.
Put some pep in my step.
It's the ground finale. Stop that vehicle.
Watch out, they're headed our way.
No, my ult's ready.
Spider-Man returns! Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Show me a shigun.
Damn it, bro. We all did that thing last time.
Well, you can't
Damn it,
expect
bro.
to
We were
win
down the
all.
last second. Son of a bitch. That Jubilee was not fucking MVP. What a... Bro, that was such bullshit. GG's. You talking shit? Nobody talking shit. Okay, cool. I mean, I did what I could have done. GG. I'm fishing for a second. I'm gonna have to go to bed. My head is pounding. Alright, cool. That's everything. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the night, guys. Love y'all. My head hurts way too much. Thank you guys very much. Stay healthy. Stay blessed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright. I think I have to be a little earlier tomorrow anyways. But yep, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.